Hello, everybody. I am back with Slay the Spire 2. We left the last run. We had a loss, and that was enough motivation for me to have a quick turnaround for the next video. So, yeah, looking for our first win here on the channel. If you're curious how many Ascensions, not that I'm bragging, I mean, Ascension 2 is pretty easy. I'm a Slay the Spire noob, even though I have over 100 hours in the original and about 15 in this game so far. So, I mean, like, I've played a lot, but I'm still a noob. I wonder if people still say noob. Is that a thing? I'm showing my age a little bit there, probably. Alright, Neo, what do you have for us? Obtain 2 random relics, add an additional strike, and defend to your deck. That doesn't seem that bad. Like, I mean, yeah, shuriken and bag of marbles, but I just have to figure out how to deal with an additional strike and a defend. Yeah, I would say that's a win for us every time. Okay, let's see. I say we hit an elite early. I'm feeling kind of brazen. So I think we do that number. 2 question marks and an elite, and then we'll have to fight an elite after if we do that. Is that something we want to do is the question. Or do we want to do this number right here, where we go up this question mark path, and then that, hit another campfire, and then we can decide if we want to hit another elite before. But we're not going to hit a shop if we go this way, but I'm actually okay with that because it'll give us an opportunity to save some money, and I really don't think we need a shop. Like, we have some pretty good, these 2 relics are pretty insane to get right off the bat, so let's try not to waste it. Although the shuriken is making me want to make this a shiv build with some like slices in there maybe, but as I always say, like, you can't play this game with like a preconceived notion of what build you're gonna go for. You just kind of have to take the best card available and let the game kind of show you the type of run you're gonna have. But anyway, I'm sure I'll repeat myself a lot. I know I talked about that in the last episode, but alas. Okay, so who are we fighting here? Let's focus on the game, shall we? We have a Nibbit, and he is going to shield himself and attack me for 8 this turn. So I'm thinking 2 block, and we'll just keep chipping away. And we won't be able to kill you this turn, which is unfortunate, but we'll be able to do it next turn. Unless we draw no attacks. Okay, we didn't, thankfully, so. Alright, so that couldn't have gone on any longer, but, you know. If it had gone on much longer is what I'm trying to say. If it had gone on much longer, it would have been a disaster for us. Like, we would have taken a lot of unneeded damage, I think. I think a backstab works very well for what we're trying to do here. 0 cost attacks. Now, the only thing we, wish it didn't upgrade a... we wish we didn't have the ability to exhaust, but we can add other cards. I'm not worried about that. We don't need that, so I mean, I'm going to take the... And that's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to happen. And I think, honestly, I'm willing to do another. I think we'll stop there, but that's... I mean, of the cards that could have gotten upgraded, those are definitely good cards to have upgraded. Okay, so gain 7 block, add Sly, to a skill in your hand this turn. Pounce. We really, like, don't want any of these cards. I mean, maybe you could convince me like a skewer could work, because although does that count as only one attack? Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. It's worth trying because we could test this with skewer and see if each strike of the skewer counts as an attack. And if it does, then we can justify having it in the deck, I think. Even though most, we want shivs and 0 cost cards, not X cost cards, but anyway. Alright, let's see. So 7x times, let's see. Okay, that only counts as 1 attack. Now we know. That's unfortunate, but again, it did a lot of damage there, so I'm not exactly upset. I just, not really what I was looking for, but a deflect. Is that the kind of guy we want to be? Do we want to be a dagger spray type? I think we want to be a dagger spray type of guy. Okay, so everybody's got vulnerable, so dagger spray is a great card to draw here. And we can just wipe everybody out. How wonderful. Okay, let's see. No, I don't like any of these cards for what I think the build is going to be. Let's upgrade Skewer, I guess. And then we're going to fight an elite with full health, which is kind of crazy. I mean, what an amazing first turn for us. Like, we've knocked like half of this guy's health out. Wish we could have got more strikes, but, win some, you lose some. Not too worried about it. I think okay, yeah, so he starts doing 25 like every turn. So 7, 14, 21. That is not enough. We're gonna have to play some potions here, which is annoying. Whenever you play a card, deal 4 damage. That seems like a good. 1 weak and 1 vulnerable. Okay. Alright, we can take you down next turn, so we're not going to take any more damage, which is good, but, that it costs 2 potions to do it is not great, but, again, on the first floor with the silent, I just kind of feel like you're just trying to make, survive long enough to get the main engine of your deck working. So whether that's shivs, poison, discard, that seems to be like, this is the time where you just want to survive to get your deck and whatever you're going to end up doing, your build, center your deck around like the build. All right, Amethyst, Aubergine. Enemies drop 10 additional gold. Nothing wrong with that. Play every shiv in your exhaust pile on the enemy. I've heard of this, and this seems so busted. Like I'm like stunned. Upgrade and play every oh my god. All of the shivs in your exhaust pile. That's crazy. Orichalcum is good. We just need some blade dances and some cloak and daggers, and we would be loving life. And I'm willing to take a little bit of damage to end the fight next turn. I mean, if we keep drawing Skewer early like that, I'm so glad we got the card. I was very, uncertain at the beginning. Cloak and Dagger is exactly what we need. I was uncertain about adding it to the deck, but it's done a lot of great work for us so far. I will take a curse for a relic. Whenever you discard a card during your turn, deal 3 damage to a random enemy for each card discarded. Ooh, baby, we need some. Ugh, that would have been great on our last run, where we were really going for the discard build, but obviously we lost that one. And what's amazing is that I think we're gonna fight the elite. Like, I can't believe I'm saying that, but I really think we're gonna fight the elite. We're gonna fight pretty much every elite that we get. 2 shivs, 6 damage each, that'll be 12. You're already blocking most of that damage, so yeah, why not? And we got a strength out of it, hell yeah. We're only gonna take 2 damage. That's a great trade, my book. And now you're dead. Okay, so like, the last card you played this turn was a skill play. No, that's a trap. That's a great card, don't get me wrong, but that's a trap for what we're trying to do. We're not trying to play skills, we're trying to play attacks. Although, now that I think about it, these are skills, so I guess we could have, it wouldn't have been a bad idea to take it, I suppose, but oh well. It's too late to go back now. So we're gonna take 10 damage here, but we've got you basically, the end of its turn, gain 1 strength. Okay, so that's how you, I mean, we're not gonna get you this turn, so we're gonna block most of this, but we'll get you hopefully next turn. I mean, I can't imagine that Skewer's far back in the deck, but we're not gonna kill you this turn, which is annoying. We should have let Oracle come because it would have been more block. That's my bad. I should have thought that through a little better. Upgrade and play every shiv in your exhaust pile on the enemy. Play 0 shivs. Has to play 0 shivs if there's 2 in the... Oh, there's not. Okay. So it... Okay. Alright, so resets. So it's like whatever's in your exhaust pile during your turn. So... Okay, good to know. So, I mean, it doesn't really change what we need. We need cards that give us shivs. Except Tools of the Trade is pretty awesome for Tingsha, because that's just a free 3 damage to a random enemy every turn. I think you have to take that. And I think, unfortunately, we're going to heal because this is shaping up to be a very interesting run, and I really don't want to fuck it up, so... Our strength's gonna go up. We're gonna play a block, even though, you know, we don't really need it. But an acrobatics would go pretty crazy. Okay, so that says 2. So I guess when you play this card, it resets. Okay, that makes sense actually. So you want to like maybe let this cycle through a few times for like a really big attack, as opposed to just playing it every time it shows up. So I can do 30 damage to you. But you're gonna do 18 to me. Call me crazy. I should have played the attack. Call me crazy, but I would prefer not to take damage. But we're gonna take some damage here, it would seem. Take 14, in fact. But at least our strength went up. And... I mean, it would be great if we could stun this guy this turn. Let's see, 8, 16, 24, 82. It's not going to get you there. But it's going to get close, so I think you have to... I don't think Tools of the Trade is the best card to play there. I may live to regret, or, you know, not live, but that may prove fatal, but I think for now, we kind of want to slow play this guy a little bit. Like, we don't want to slow play him too much, because he is gaining strength. But we can, like, build up our knife trap here. And, so he's stunned now, so that's good. So we can just keep going with adding to our knife trap. And I would say if we could get like a Blade Dance and a Blade Dance, another Cloak and Dagger, and maybe like 2 acrobatics cards for the draw and the discard. Or maybe the prepared would be better. 2 upgraded prepareds, because we could discard 2 cards. I think that's probably what we're looking for. Okay, so 16 damage plus 14 times 3 is 14, 28, 42 damage. This would be 42 damage. 16. I think this gets you more damage, actually. Maybe my math is all fucked up, but I'm pretty sure that would have done more damage, because 16 once, you're really just comparing it to, is it better to play the, is it better to play the card that strikes for 8 twice, meaning 16, or would you rather play Skewer times 3 for 14 a hit? So that last third hit would be worth 14, as opposed to playing the 1 cost Dagger Spray for 16 and then playing a 2 cost Skewer. Literally nobody gives a shit about this except for me, but I'm just, I'm just doing my best to entertain here. Alright. We might die here. We may throw this run after all, which is very disappointing. So we gotta do that, and then we gotta put up some, we should, Auric Outcome gives you more block. Okay, well, we're not gonna die this turn. At least we know that. Maybe Knife Trap will come through. Okay, well, we have it. The question is, it'll play 6 times 4, 6, 12, 18, 24, 24 and 15. I think that's the play. Oh, we can actually just kill you. Never mind. Ha. Glad we sat there and sussed it out. As I was saying on my episode yesterday, the cool thing about doing this series is I slow down, so I'm not as playing as quickly. So I'll actually slow down and make better plays than I normally would. What is the upgrade for you? Okay, it's a 2 cost Nightmare. Is awesome because you could make 3 Blade Dances if we ever get a Blade Dance in the deck, or you could do 3 Cloak and Daggers. There's a lot to like about that, so I think we'll take that card. Give me the Nightmare. Okay, so we're gonna heal to full health. I always forget that in Slay the Spire 2, you click at the beginning to get the opening little guy who greets you and everything and gives you something. But in Slay the Spire 1, you would just go automatically to the next floor and it would auto heal you if you weren't playing on the Ascension where you don't heal as much. But anyway, okay. So enchant all strikes, gains 0 and gains eternal. Holy shit. That's ideal. That is exactly what we needed. I couldn't be happier. Okay, so we need a shop. We haven't been to a shop, so I think this is the path. And yeah, that way. Very bad line drawing, but that's, you get the idea. Okay, 13 damage. Psych. And then we're gonna do that. And you don't have any shifts to play, so we're just gonna take no damage this turn. then I think you do that, and that, and then Bear Spray, and Cloak and Dagger, and yep. Like, I can see the vision here. I can see something building out of this if we can survive. I'm gonna do that every time. Apparently this playthrough is forget that Orichalcum 6 is worth more than a basic defend. Let's see. What are we discarding? Well, if we can manage to do 18 damage, which we can, yeah, I think you just do the attack and don't worry about it. Don't overthink it too much, because you can, like, pretty sure you can kill him this turn, yeah. Oh my god, there you go. So, I feel pretty good about this run so far. It's just needs a few things. Like Infinite Blades, I think, is an obvious pick. Although I don't quite believe in it as much as maybe I should, but anyway. Can we kill you is the question. We cannot. So 8 plus 3 is 11. We'll take 1 damage as opposed to killing one of them and taking a little bit more damage. Maybe that was not the optimal play, but it seemed right at the time. Okay, so we take you out. We take you out. Apply weak on you. Defend, so we're taking no damage. And keep it rolling. So our knife trap, I would assume, would be pretty good. If it shows up at some point. Let's see, we should be able to kill at least one of you. Yep, you're gone. And you're gone. Cool. So making all those strikes 0 cost is one of my favorite additions to the sequel, because it gives you some justification for keeping your basic strikes on the chance you get that. And I think we got, yeah, because we took these two, the shuriken and the bag of marbles, we obviously the trade-off was getting an extra strike and a defend, so I have an extra strike, an extra 0 cost attack card, which is going to directly impact and help shuriken develop over the course of a fight. So I'm sitting here explaining everything, not because I feel like I necessarily have to. I just I don't know, it's kind of the idea here is, I think leading strike is good. It's just just the ASMR of it all, just talking through some pretty banal subject matter, if I'm being honest. Alright, let's see what we got here. I think we'll go in on you pretty hard. It might just kill you outright. In fact, we will. Not a bad turn. Alright, not the best turn. But it's okay. It's okay because we can discard a defend and hit you that many times. And then What do we got coming up? I think you just do this. And that. I think you continue about your day after that. Okay. Get rid of the clumsy. Boom, boom. That. Shiv, shiv. And we're only taking 6 damage, which not ideal, but we're loving life, I think. Because he's going to die this turn. But I actually want to see how Knife Trap, like what the, if it has an animation or something. Okay. That's pretty cool. I did say an acrobatics would be good. I think it's better than finisher, because we need a way to like get Tingsha going and a way to, you know, cycle the deck a little bit faster because it is getting kind of big. So give vulnerable potion. Oh, okay, that is not what I wanted to do. I accidentally clicked my mouse pad, not my mouse button. Okay, that's fine. All right, 2 random skills are upgraded. It was 2 defends, which is terrible, but somehow we'll survive. I don't think we need to heal. I may live to regret that. I may regret that decision, but I don't think we need to. Not my favorite elite, but so I think you just go hard on one of them because you don't have enough to, you know, really divvy it out in any meaningful way. So I think you can throw the poison, and honestly I think you can play the block and just try to have the best first turn you can. Okay, I'm starting to realize that maybe getting 2 upgraded defense is better than I think because we don't have a lot of block in the deck, which is not great for us. Okay. So this is what I was kind of worried about. I think if we can get them all down to that 25 level health, we can still make this work. We can still make this work. We just have to think about it. Okay, I don't think we're playing Nightmare. I'm sorry to say. You're gonna do 20 damage this turn. We've got 3 shivs. Well, it'll be 4 now. And you can do that and that. I think you tank the 10, or the 4, rather. I always forget I have Orichalcum. And then I think you should be able to get through this fight. Yeah. We're going to drop the defend. We don't need, not really thinking about defense here. We're thinking about getting out of here, which we do. All right, I'm feeling good about this run. No famous last words, but I think we have, once you start really racking up the number of, so like for the longest time when I was playing Slay the Spire, I always thought that the most important part of the game was the cards, and in some sense it is, but I was really underrating the importance of good relics. So to, you know, come back to it now after so much time spent on the first game and, you know, revisiting the series on YouTube, it's made me, you know, realize the importance of, oh, like relics really can carry you. It can carry a subpar deck, or it can allow you to kind of experiment more with mixing builds as opposed to just committing fully to. We could have committed fully to a Shiv build, but then we wouldn't have taken tools of the trade and things like that and acrobatics as a way to cycle through the deck because we have Tingsha, which I've probably brought up so far like 900 times, but it's because I really do think that if you can get just a passive amount of damage, obviously with a bunch of zero cost cards on top of it and Shuriken improving your strength over the course of a fight, I think that I think it behooves us to have like a deck that cycles pretty quickly. So anyway, I said a lot of bullshit there for that nobody asked for. I think I'm okay with Piercing Whale. You played at the right time and then can save your butt. I think we rest because we might get a card at the shop that we want to upgrade as opposed to, because we're gonna have to heal at one of these. So regular enemy encounters are no longer counted in the question mark rooms. Cool. All right, shop finally. Believe it or not, first shop of the game. So first things first, we want to get rid of that curse. That's doing nothing for us. At the start of your turn, lose 2. At the start of all other turns, gain. Interesting. So the natural play would be another knife trap and another infinite blades. And I believed in it so much I just did it. Okay. Basically an energy relic I think is a good pickup too. Now the question is, do we want to go through this elite fight? I don't know. And I think we do want both these innate because that's just 2 free shivs from the jump. Like I think we do take the elite. Oh, this guy sucks, dude. Oh, I hate this guy. I think I gotta do as much damage as I can because this guy, it seems like the best way to fight him is just to destroy him as quickly as possible and move on because he will eviscerate you. With adding all these ethereal cards, it's nonsense, dude. The fact that he adds one, let's see, what does it, every attack, whenever the enemy is hit by an attack, add 1 dazed into your draw pile. I mean, that sucks, dude. Especially for us, because we straight up, do play a lot of, attacks. So, let's see, we can do 16. We can add to that number and kill you, actually. See, look, I was sitting here, making up all this, making all this racket about how much I hated this guy, and he ended up not really mattering that much. Attacks deal double damage. Shadow Step, that is interesting right there. Because when I discard, I'll do a lot of damage anyway. Yeah, I think that can work for us. And I think we're getting to the point where we need to stop adding cards to the deck. Alright. So you're not going to attack, so we're just going to do... we should have discarded. Playing too quick again. Another shiv. Strike. Knife trap. Ooh, we can... Okay, if we draw them on the same turn, they both play for that number of shivs. That's crazy knowledge. Although we're going to take a huge hit here, which I'm not very happy about. But I think we were kind of destined to have to rest at the next campfire anyway. So I'm not too worried about it. Plus, yeah, we're done with the fight, so... I think another zero cost card is good. Excuse me. I will pay 100 gold because I don't want to fight you. What did I buy? I don't know. I was clicking too fast. I didn't even read what he said. Ugh. This is where we met our end last time, which I'm not pleased about. Alright, I think this is what we want to do. Piercing what? No, damn it. I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking there at all. That is terrible. Because we should have played Shadow Step, not the last card. Whatever I played, I just was not paying attention. That sucks. Okay, well. Not the end of the world. We're still gonna take a pretty bad hit here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we get out of this one. I'm obviously not gonna give up, but I just, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not confident about our odds here. Suddenly, very suddenly. So, maybe, you never know. Get a couple good knife traps on the same turn. Maybe, we'll see. If we could kill this guy, we're gonna take 49 damage. Maybe not. Question is, I mean, we obviously, okay, so we're not gonna get killed this turn. Oh, we should have played those shiz before we did knife trap. That sucks. That was a bad play by me. Okay, well, that's unfortunate, but so we're not gonna die here. We're gonna be pretty close to being dead. And I really have nobody to blame but myself. Unless... shivs. I think that does it. Wow. That's awesome, dude. And then we can, like, yeah, you're done. You're dead. You lose. Goodbye. Sleep tight. Goodbye, crab. Thank you for murdering me yesterday. And I am happy to return the favor. Okay. Deal 10 damage, apply 1 vulnerable. Honestly, not a bad addition considering it's 0 cost. And we do get that extra vulnerable so we can stack it for the next turn. So we get basically 2 turns of vulnerability, so that's good. Okay, every 4 cards you play, draw 1 card. At the start of your turn, gain 7 block. The first card you play each combat is played an extra time. My thing is, we play a lot of cards, so we could really cycle through this deck quickly. But I worry about our blocking capabilities. So an extra 7 block per turn strikes me as no. Take that because we need to draw. So if we draw quicker, we shouldn't need the defense because we'll be killing the enemies a lot faster. That's my working theory anyway. I think we want an early shop, and unfortunately, that means we have to go through 3 fights. So that's where we're gonna start. Whenever Scroll of Biting deals unblocked attack damage to you, you lose 2 max HP. Okay. Well, I think Piercing Whale. And I think we do that and just take you out and not have to take any damage. And honestly, I'm willing to do that too. Pretty good turn. And they all, oh wait, no they don't. I was gonna say they all have 1 extra turn of vulnerability, but then I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. And it's because it doesn't make sense. Alright. We can't discard this hand. We don't want to take that kind of heat. And we might be able to kill this guy this turn. Not quite. Okay. Discard 2 cards, add 2 shivs into your hand. That's an obvious addition. So you're gonna do 21 damage. I think we pop the energy potion so we can get both of these going, put up some defense, and focus our energies here, I suppose. Yo, definitely, that was a great decision. So we'll definitely have him taken care of next turn. And then we'll just... Jesus. Okay. Alright, and then discard 2 attacks. I think you want to get rid of these 2. Although 44 damage. That's hard to say no to. But you'd only be at like half health. So... yeah, but if we play these 2, we're not getting... I think, actually, we get rid of these. And what just happened? I'm a little confused. Discard. I don't know what just happened. It doesn't matter. Not sure how we just drew a bunch of cards. Probably because of, I'm assuming because of Iron Club. I don't know, man. I think a backflip is good because, like I said, we kind of were lacking in defense a little bit. So, infinite blades. Let's take care of you first. Try to kill that guy next turn, because, yeah, he's going to sap our strength. Which we really do not need that in our life right now. Okay. I actually think this is a great opportunity for Shadow Step. In turn. Pay attention, Kyle. Well, you obviously have to go first. That's a given. You're not dead yet. That is very troubling. I hope they didn't just pick up my sneeze there. I think this is the card. Like, we won't play, so I think Cloak and Dagger. Kill this guy. Put down the hurt on this guy a little bit. And we could do 4 upgraded shivs. So that would be 6 times 4. And we won't be able to play a defend. But 4 plus 1, so 7. We're still going to take 8 damage. I think it's better to just... Oh my god, it's worth 18. Never mind. I totally did not realize how strength would have affected that. Okay, anyway. Do we want a Memento Mori? Yeah. Yeah, I do. And we're gonna remove a card. Most definitely. I hate to say it. I think the card we don't play the most is Nightmare. So I think it has to go, which is a crazy play because I normally really like that. What did I just buy? I did not mean to click that. Start each combat with 1 dexterity. I mean, I'm not mad about that, but I genuinely did not mean to click that. I was like, my thumb like rests on my laptop and it'll sometimes click the mouse pad, and anyway. I think we don't want any of these cards. Draw would be deal 2 damage to all. I think that might be worth picking up though. Especially because it's on sale. I think we want to smith a card. No, actually, I think we want to dig for a relic. And we have 300 gold all of a sudden. That's pretty incredible. So we're definitely going to hit that shop. So how are we going to get there? I think this is the path. Because I don't think we want to fight 2 elites. I think we've done enough with elites this run. All right. I think we do that. Put the hurt on you primarily. That's disgusting. I mean, that's just crazy, dude. We're getting to the point of the run where it's like I don't even really know what my build is. I'm just kind of doing things because the deck is like self-sustaining with the relics. Like it doesn't need me really anymore. The machine has outpaced the man. Yeah, because I definitely wouldn't have been able to kill them, and I don't want to take much damage. I think, yeah, I think Skewer's the one we're not going to play this turn. We'll play that, and then backflip, and then acrobatics, and then we'll drop. Oh shit, that was the card I was gonna play. Well, we'll drop that card, I guess, and we might be able to just kill you this turn. Now that I think about it. Oh my god. Not quite. Not quite. But doesn't. We won't take any damage anyway. But my math was a little bit off, to the surprise of nobody. Oh yeah, sorry, I discard a card. No, I don't think we want any of those. I don't even really need to think about it too long. That is a crazy get. I think you rest. Call me a coward, but I think you rest in that situation. Because I think it would be really annoying if I somehow find a way to screw this up. Not what I meant to play. That's annoying. What does Hex do? Hex. Add Ethereal to this card. And this card is in your hand at the end of your turn, it is exhausted. Oh baby, no good. Luckily, most of our cards are 0 cost. $13 times 4. 40. Well, I know it's not enough to kill you. So, unfortunately, that might be, though. I think we're cool with losing 2 defense at this point. And I'm okay with losing that card, too. Speedster, I'm a little annoyed that I'm going to be losing, but we have so many cards in the deck that I don't think we're too worried about it. Okay. I think you have to die this turn. Like, no, really, like, you have to go this turn. And $17, that's great. And then I think you do that. And I think you play Shadow Step, so you take a little bit of damage here, but you'll be able to, in theory, I should be able to kill you next turn. Attack deal double damage. Oh yeah, dude. I'm sorry to say, but you're in bad shape. At the start of each combat, gain 4 plating. That's pretty awesome. I'll take another Hidden Daggers. And choose an attack to enchant with Sharp. Increase the damage on this card by 2. Nimble. First time you play this card, draw 2. No, I think we go with Sharp. And I think we do it on the innate attacks. Okay, it was only 1 card. I should have put it on the other one, but I thought it was 2. But anyway. We are going to cut a card, and we're going to cut a defend, a basic defend. And we're gonna take Bag of Preparation, because that's always a good card to have. And we're gonna take another backflip, and I could see a dexterity helping us. And there's no reason to, we're not saving for anything. That's our last shop, so. Alright, Frog Knight, huh? That's quite disturbing, I have to admit. Okay, Infinite Blade, and then we do that, and that, and that, and then we do Assassinate, and then Hidden Daggers, and we get rid of that card, and get rid of that card, and we do Shiv, and I kind of thought that would have done more, but at least he's gonna be vulnerable this turn as well, so. Okay. I didn't really think about the fact that we're doing all of this without an accuracy card, which is really interesting to me. Play that, drop those, do that, play that. You play the footwork, the backflip, the that. You play all of these. And you just you just end the fight right there. Sorry, I was locked in there. I was like, how can I end this fight this turn? Okay, go there and call me a coward. Again, I don't care. Sometimes resting is the play. And I have an opportunity to not lose this, so. Okay, play these cards. We're gonna do that. Backstab. Strike. Leading strike. Backflip. And we're gonna take pretty decent hit here, but I'm pretty sure this guy dies. Minions abandon combat without their leader. Okay, so Speedster, definitely. Backflip. Sorry, this is not exactly great commentary because I'm just like trying to make sure I, again, do my best not to screw this up. Why can I not play these cards? I am bound. This is ridiculous. Well, I think we double down here. We'll get some block out of the occasion. And we'll get that at least. And can we do this? Can we not? Oh, wow. Why did it say it was bound? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway. My thinking was I would be able to kill this guy before I needed to worry about his pet, but only one bound card can be played each turn. Now I understand. Okay, well, Piercing Whale. Leading Strike. Defend. Hidden Daggers. Get rid of these. Need 2 more shivs. And then lay into you some more. Play our defend. And take no damage this turn. Okay, it's not over yet, but I like where this is going. Okay, so Knife Trap is what we want to play because Jesus Christ, why wouldn't we? I mean, absolute madness. Get rid of these. Shiv. Play that. Get rid of that. Cloak and Dagger. Slice. Strike. And then you die. And just like that, we proceed to the Architect. Erg, die, she said, while looking barely amused. Proceed. And dead. Victory, question mark. You dealt 1,240 damage to the Architect, but it wasn't enough. You have dealt a total of 5,124 damage to the Architect. The Architect still stands despite taking a very large amount of damage from all who have faced him. Oh, it's a him. Okay. I didn't know that. Alright. Continue. Floors climbed 48. Elites killed 5. Gold gained 1,293. Main menu. See if we unlocked any epochs, and we did not. That was a good run. That was a good run. Good first win for the YouTube channel. We will start on the next episode. We'll do Ascension 1 with the Silent, and we'll just keep climbing the Ascensions with her until I get bored and want to switch up the characters, because there's a bunch of characters I haven't seen. Well, I say a bunch. There's only 2 that I haven't seen. But I also, of course, want to get to the Defect because he's one of my favorite characters. So, yeah. If you're still awake, sleep well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.